Hello everyone, welcome to IGCSE with Optimus. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update on our IGCSE content.
Hello dear students, in today's session we are going to solve a paper from May-June 2024 series and the paper code is 21. In this paper, the first question states that the diagram shows two sides of parallelogram ABCD. Find the coordinates of point D. Knowing that it is a parallelogram, we know vector BA would be equal to vector CD since the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal and parallel. So, vector BA is -6 and 4. Hence, vector CD is also -6 and 4. Adding the vectors in the coordinate of C, we get -3 and 7 as the coordinates of point D. Question 2 states that Geeta has a box of toys. She picks a toy at random from the box. The probability that she picks a wooden toy is 0.6. Now to find the probability that she does not pick a wooden toy would be 1 minus 0.6, that is 0.4. The box contains three types of toys: wooden, plastic or metal. We have to fill the table based on the data given above. So we know that the probability that she does not pick a wooden toy is 0.4. 0.4 would be divided between the two materials, plastic and metal. So we get the answer for each as 0.2. Now to find the number of toys, we know that the probability is 0.6. So X is the number of toys, probability is 0.6, whereas for plastic number of toys is 14 and probability is 0.2. Now we can cross multiply to get the value of X. So X is equal to 0.6 into 14 upon 0.2. Hence, we get the value of X as 42. Moving forward to question 3. In question 3, the table shows some information about two sequences. Sequence A being 60 minus 4n. We had to find the fifth term in the sequence. That is, we will substitute 5 in place of n. When we solve this, we get 60 minus 20, which would be 40. Moving forward, sequence B, n square minus 300. Again, we are going to substitute 5 in place of n to get the answer, and the answer would be negative 275. Next, find the smallest positive number in sequence B. So first we will write down the formula for sequence B, n square minus 300. Now in this sequence, we know that we need the smallest positive number. Hence, the value of n square should be greater than 300. Looking at the possibilities of square, we know that 18 square is nothing but 324. Hence, 324 minus 300, we will get the answer as 24. Moving forward to question 4. Question 4 says that find the greatest odd number, that is a factor of 140 and factor of 210. So we are going to solve using the LCM method. 140, 210. Factorizing it by 7, we get 7 20s are 7 30s are 210. Then we can take 2 10s are 2 15s are. Then we can take 5 2s are 5 3s are. The remaining factors would be 2 and 3. So, as the question states greatest odd number, we are only going to multiply the odd numbers here, that is 7 into 5 into 3. When we do 7 into 5 into 3, we get 105, whereas 105 is not a factor of 140. So we're going to take another combination, that is 7 into 5, which is 35, and 35 is a factor of both, that is 210 and 140. Hence, the final answer would be 35. Next, question 5 is to be solved using a calculator. Calculate cube root 343 minus root 40.96. When we do cube root 343, we get as 7 minus root 40.96. After using the calculator and doing 7 minus root 40.96, we get the final answer as 0.6. B question says that 192 plus 4 into 16 the whole raised to 1.25. Again, using the calculator, we know the very first step should be your pod mass, that is 4 into 16, 64 plus 192. Solving the bracket, we get 256 raised to 1.25. Now 256 raised to 1.25 gives us 1024 as the final answer. Going to question 6. Question 6 states that the diagram shows 5 kites that are congruent to kite ABCD. That means there are 6 kites in total. Each kite is joined to the next kite along one edge. Angle DAB equals to 40 degree and DCE is a straight line. Find the value of x. Now, since we know that DCE is a straight line and all the kites are congruent, the angles formed at point C are all equal. Hence, we can do that 180 upon 6, that is equal to 30. Now we know that in a kite, the two angles are 40 and 30. Knowing that the sum of angles of a quadrilateral is 360, 360 minus 40 minus 30 would give us a total of 290. 290 would be divided between the two angles, that is angle D and angle B, both being equal. Hence, we will get the answer as 145. So the value of x is 145. Question 7 states that the diagram shows a shape made from a triangle JKL and a semicircle with diameter JL. JKL is an isosceles right angle triangle with JK and JL both being equal to 12.8. Calculate the area of this shape. So to find the area of this shape, we are going to add the area of semicircle plus the area of right angle triangle. After substituting, we know pi bracket radius would be 6.4, half of 12.8 square upon 2 plus half into base 12.8 into height 12.8. When we solve this in the calculator, we get 20.48 pi plus 81.92. Both added together, we will get final answer as 146.26. Final answer written in 3SF would be 146. Calculate the perimeter of this shape. To find the perimeter of this shape, we are going to add all the given sides, that is JL plus KL plus JK. Since KL value is not given, we are going to find it using Pythagoras theorem. So, KL equals to JK square plus JL square. That would be root 12.8 square plus 12.8 square. So we get the final KL value as 18.1. Now finding the perimeter, we know we have to add all the sides, that is 18.1 plus 12.8 plus pi r to find JL value, that is circumference of semicircle. So pi into 6.4. And that would give us the answer as 51.00, written in 3SF 51.0. Question 8 states that these are the first 5 terms of a sequence 11, 18, 25, 32 and 39. Let's find out the difference between the numbers. 18 minus 11 would give us 7. 25 minus 18 would give us 7. 32 minus 25 would give us 7. And 39 minus 32 will give us 7. Since the difference are all equal, we know it is an arithmetic sequence. Using the formula for arithmetic sequence, that is A plus n minus 1 into D. A is 11 plus n minus 1 and D is 7. After simplifying this, we will get 11 plus 7n minus 7, which is nothing but 7n plus 4. Question 9 states that the value of a car is $8,000. Each year, the value of the car decreases exponentially by 25%. Calculate the value of this car after 3 years. So we know that the value of the car is decreasing exponentially. That means we're going to use compound interest formula for amount. Amount equals to P bracket 1 minus, because the question states decreasing, R upon 100 raised to T. So principal would be 8,000. 1 minus rate would be 25 upon 100 raised to time would be 3 years. After calculating this in the calculator, we know that this would be 8,000 into 0.75 the whole raised to 3, which is nothing but 3375 as the amount of car after 3 years. In question number 10, Amir invests $1,500 in an account. The account pays compound interest at a rate of R% per year. At the end of 8 years, the value of his investment is $1656.73. Find the value of R. So we are going to use the compound interest formula, that is amount equals to P bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to T, where the amount is already given 1656.73 equals to 1500 bracket 1 plus R upon 100 raised to 8, because the number of years is 8. Now, we're going to first divide the principal. So 1656.73 upon 1500 is equal to 1 plus R upon 100 raised to 8. Sending the power 8 on that side, we know we have to find the 8th root of the value that we are getting after division. Is equal to 1 plus R upon 100. So when we do it in the calculator, 1656.73 divided by 1500, 8 shift root answer we will get 1.01 as the answer, 1 plus r upon 100. After sending 1 on the other side, we will subtract 1 from the answer that we have found in the calculator. And then multiply 100 to get the final value of r, which is 1.25. Now, moving forward to question 11. In question 11, they had told us, find the inequalities that define the unshaded region R. So, we have to write the equation of all the lines surrounding letter R or the region R. Here, we know that we have two horizontal lines, that is at y equals to 1 and y equals to 5. So, we can write this as 1 less than equal to y less than equal to 5 for both the horizontal lines. Then we have a dotted vertical line at 6. So, we are going to write the equation as x less than 6. It won't be less than equal to because it is a dotted line. Then we are going to write for the slant line, that is y less than x. So, here we have all the equation of all the 4 lines. Starting with question 12, solve this simultaneous equation. You must show all your working. So, here we have 2 equations. In both the equations, we can see that the variable y has different signs. So, in the first equation, we are going to multiply it with 3. And in the second equation, we are going to multiply it with 5. So, we get after multiplication as the first equation 9x upon 2 plus 15y equals to 15. The second equation would be 20x minus 15y is equal to 46 into 5. That would give us 230. Since we have got plus 15y and negative 15y, we can cancel both the terms and we will get 9x upon 2, which is 4.5, plus 20x, which would be 24.5x, equals to 245. Hence, x is equals to 245 divided by 24.5, which will give us the value of x as 10. Now, since we have got x as 10, we can substitute in any of the equations to get y. So, 4 bracket 10 minus 3y equals to 46, minus 3y equals to 46 minus 40, y equals to 6 divided by minus 3, which is minus 2. So, the value of x is 10 and the value of y is minus 2. Next question, question 13 is from circle theorems. The diagram shows a cyclic quadrilateral. The word cyclic quadrilateral tells us that we have to use the property of cyclic quadrilateral, that is, opposite angles add up to 180. So, we are going to add the 2 angles having the same variable first, that is 4m plus 5m equals to 180. To get the value of m, that would be 9m equals to 180, m equals to 20. Now, since we have got the value of m, we can also try and find out the value of p. So, p plus 4 bracket 20 plus 38 is equal to 180, because again opposite angles of cyclic quadrilateral add up to 180. So, p is equal to 180 minus 38 minus 80. We will get the value of p as 180 minus 38 minus 80, 62. So, the value of p is 62. In the 14th question, they are asking us to find the area of shaded sector. Here we have 2 sectors, white one being the minor sector, grey one being the major sector. To find the angle of major sector, we are going to do 360 minus 48, which will give us 312. Using the formula for area of sector, that is area equals to theta upon 360 into pi into r square, we have 312 upon 360 into pi into 9 square. Using the calculator, we can find the value of the substitution. That would be 220.53, and the final answer written in 3SF would be 221. Question 15 tells us to convert a recurring decimal to fraction. Now in this, we're first going to take the original value x is equal to 0.146 with a bar. Note that here 4 and 6 are recurring. Then we're going to multiply both sides with 10 to get 10x equals to 1.46. We're going to again multiply 10 until we get both 4 and 6 on the left side of the decimal. So 100x is equal to 14.6 bar. And then 1000x is equal to 146.46 bar. Now you can see that in this step, 0.46 is matching with our second step, that is 1.46. Hence, we can subtract both of these steps, that is 1000x minus 10x is equal to 146.46 bar minus 1.46 bar. After subtracting, we will get 990x is equal to 146.46 minus 1.46, which will give us 990x is equal to 145. Hence, the value of x is 145 upon 990. When written in reduced form, we will get 29 upon 198. Next question, question 16 is about Venn diagrams. We have to shade here M dash intersection with N dash. That means we have to shade the outer part leaving the entire M union N. Okay. In the next question, B part, find N, B intersection with A dash union C. So first we will see how to break down a question here. We will write down the elements of B in the bracket, that are 16, 10, 4, 3, common with A dash union C. So the elements that would be in A dash union C would be 3, 4, 9, 18, 10 and 20. Note that they have said union, that means the entire of C would be included. After observing, we know that the common numbers here would be 4, 3 and 10. So we are going to add the number of elements here, 10 plus 4 plus 3, and we would get the final answer as 17. Next question, question 17. They have given us a triangle and they have asked us to calculate the area of triangle ABC. So area of triangle ABC formula would be half into A into B into sine theta. That is half into 6.7 into 5.9 into sine 81, and calculating on the calculator we would get 19.5 as the final answer. The 18th question is from the chapter Graphs. Here they have given the diagram shows the graph of a curve y equal to x cube plus 4x square minus 2 for minus 3 less than equal to x less than equal to 1.5 as the limits on the graph. By drawing a suitable straight line, solve the equation x cube plus 4x square minus 2 equals to 2x. So whenever they tell you to draw a straight line, we compare the main equation with the equation given to find the similar terms. Here, if we see x cube plus 4x square minus 2 is in the main equation and x cube plus 4x square minus 2 is also in the equation given. Hence, I can write this entire term as y equals to 2x. So we have obtained the equation of a straight line. Now to plot the straight line, we are going to make xy table and assume three values for x, being x as 1. If I substitute x as 1, we get 2 into 1, that is 2. Keeping x as 0, we get 2 into 0, which is 0. And by substituting x as minus 1, we get the answer as minus 2. So let's plot these 3 points on the graph and draw a straight line passing through them using a ruler. After drawing the straight line, we're going to check the points of intersection of the curve and line. That would be minus 0.5 and 0.85. Next, in question 19, factorize completely. Factorize means taking common. So we're going to see what we can take common from 12 and 75. So let's take 3 common. We get 4m square minus 25t square. The terms left in the bracket resemble to a square minus b square. Hence, using the formula of a plus b and a minus b, we can solve this factorized question. That is, it will become 2m minus 5t and 2m plus 5t. So the final answer is 3 bracket 2m minus 5t and 2m plus 5t. B part, they have given xy plus 15 plus 3y plus 5x as the 4 terms. In factorize, when we have to take common, here the first term and the second term has nothing in common. So we're going to rearrange the terms as xy plus 3y plus 15 plus 5x. Taking y common, we get x plus 3 plus 5, 3 plus x. So if you see, both the brackets are same and we can write them as x plus 3 and y plus 5 as the final answer. Next, in the 20th question, they have said solve the equation 8 sin x plus 6 equals to 1. First, we are going to solve it like a normal algebra equation. That is, 6 will go on the other side and be subtracted from 1. We get 8 sin x equals to negative 5. Sin x is equal to negative 5 upon 8. X is equal to sin inverse minus 5 by 8. Using the calculator, we can find the value of x as shift sin inverse bracket negative 5 by 8. And that will give us minus 38.7. Now, this is the base angle and we're going to use all silver teacups method to find the remaining 2 angles. So, we'll draw a small diagram on the side where the quadrants stand for all, sine, tan, cos, and we're going to plot the base angles in all and sine quadrant because here the angles are positive in these quadrants. So the two quadrants where we're going to write the base angle would be 38.7 in all and in sine 38.7. If you can see the angle, the base angle that we have obtained is negative, hence we're going to go in clockwise direction. So the clockwise direction would be the first angle being 180 plus 38.7, which would give us 218.7, and the other angle would be 360 minus 38.7, that is 321.3. Next question, question 21 is from trigonometry 3D shapes. Here they are asking us to find the angle between CE and the base. When they say base, we will consider the diagonal of the base, that is CH over here, where 90 is formed at angle EHC. Now, first we are going to find HC using Pythagoras or diagonal formula, that is L square plus B square, which is root 4 square plus 9.1 square. So the answer for HC would be 9.94. Now we can use tan to find angle ECH. So opposite would be 6.5 and adjacent would be 9.94 that we have found out. Tan inverse above values, we would get the angle as 33.18. Angle being written in 1 dp, we are going to write 33.2 as the final answer. Next, question 22. They are saying bag A and bag B each contain red counters and blue counters only. Stephen picks a counter at random from bag A and Zen picks a counter at random from bag B. So there are two bags and two people picking up the counters. The probability that Stephen picks a red counter is 0.4. So the probability that Stephen picks up a blue counter would be 1 minus 0.4, which is 0.6. Now, they are saying the probability that Stephen and Zen both pick a red counter is 0.25. That means red from Stephen into red from Zen is equal to 0.25. We already have the red counter probability from Stephen. So, red, we would substitute Stephen's value here. That would be 0.4 into red. Zen's value is equal to 0.25. So we get the probability of red for Zen as 0.25 divided by 0.4. As 0.625. Now they are asking us find the probability that Stephen and Zen both pick a blue counter. So before going further, we will first find the probability of Zen picking a blue counter. That would be 1 minus 0.625, which is 0.375. And then we know that we have to multiply blue from Stephen into blue from Zen to get the probability of both picking a blue counter? So the final answer is 0.225.